Not a bad day, Brad. Not a bad day. Leafs, free agency, July 1st. Day one basically done. And I thought it was some quite tidy work. Now, I know some people are like, oh, God, Bertuzzi, we couldn't afford him because we had to give Liljegren this contract, or we couldn't get Zadorov because he got $5 million over 6 years from Boston, and we outbid him because Liljegren or Max or whatever else, or you want to blame Marner. I don't care. I thought some very tidy work by Brad Treliving. Um, you look at guys like Joel Edmondson went for 3.8 million per for 4 years to LA. You got Labushkin over 3 million. And I know some people are going to look at OEL's contract and be like, wow, we got bought out. But I was a big fan of OEL when he was with Phoenix/Arizona. Big fan. I thought he looked great this year for Florida. In the playoffs, he ended up quarterbacking the power play and took over Brandon Montour, who just went for 7.15 from Seattle. There was some good deals signed by Brad, and in net, the Leafs look better. On defense, the Leafs look better, and up front, we lost Tyler Bertuzzi. That's basically it, but I'm seeing a whole year with McMahon. Maybe they can pick someone else up. I really wanted Skinner. Of course, he went to Edmonton instead, because Edmonton's like, we got to go for it now because we're going to owe Draisaitl like $14 million, and then Connor's going to want 15 to 16 after that. So why not go for it this year? But the Leafs did some tidy work. So let's go over these signings and what the Leafs got. So first off, Chris Tanev. We'll talk about Chris Tanev because that's the big fish for Toronto, right? 6 years, $4.5 million per. Is it a long time? Yes. Is it until he's 40? Yes. But he's going to be a great stay-at-home defenseman. He's going to block shots. He's going to kill penalties. He's going to be that stalwart that Toronto needs. He's a right-handed shot going to play with Riley. This is going to be the best player Riley has ever played with, and you can just count on him. And he wants to be in Toronto. He wants his family in Toronto. He just had his second child, and he's ready to go. It's amazing. Is years 5 and 6 not going to look pretty? Sure, but the cap might be ridiculous by then. But for now, year 1, 2, 3, 4, heck yes. Heck yes, this guy's going to be awesome. I'm so happy that they pulled this off. Great player, going to be the best defensive partner Morgan Riley ever had. And he makes less than what TJ Brody. Speaking of another defenseman, let's just go with Oliver Ekman-Larsson. What do you get out of OEL? Well, he can move the puck. He would be second on Toronto in points this past season. Morgan Riley had 50-something. OEL had 30-something. He had 9 goals. He had the most goals out of the Leafs D. He can quarterback a power play. So he can quarterback that second unit if Liljegren can't do it. And I really like him. I do. I think he's hard-nosed, and heck yeah. I'm a big OEL fan. I know some people aren't. They're going to look at it, go 4 years at $3.5 million. Screw it. I'm in. It makes Toronto better right now. He can play on the bottom 6. He can move him up to the top 4 if you need. And like I said, power play, penalty kill. He's very good defensively. Sure, it costs a little bit. It cost a lot, but look what everyone else went. Edmondson, 3.8. Labushkin, 3.15. I'm taking this deal. OEL, it's more offense from the back end. He's good defensively. He's going to pot. I bet you he pots double-digit goals this year. And I can't wait. I'm really excited to see OEL with Toronto. I loved him in Arizona. Not so much Vancouver. Definitely not Florida because I don't like Florida. But he had, in his like sheltered role, if you want to say, but he stepped up when needed, and they used him a lot. This is a great signing in my like I said. You'll see. This is good. It could be a Klingberg signing. You never know, and it just doesn't work. But the way he played, OEL is good. OEL is good. I love it already. So you got Tanev, you got OEL. And of course you got those two. So you got Tanev and OEL, and you're like, oh god, we missed out on Zadorov. We missed out on Roy or Wall, whatever you want to say. You missed out on a bunch of other guys, Sean Walker. But then you sign Hakanpää for 2 years at $1.5 million per. I don't know how you did it. 6'7", big lad. They was saying that the Leafs, wanted him last time. He was a free agent. They got him this time. And 6'7" beast. There we go. That's $3.5 million cheaper than Zadorov, and it's only a 2-year deal. He played like almost 19 minutes a night. He had the most hits on the Dallas Stars, and he played like 18 less games than everyone else. He's a guy that can fill in. Now you look at like the lineup, right? So you have Tanev and Riley together. Let's say it's OEL and McCabe, and then you have Benoit and Liljegren, Hakanpää. That top seven, that 7D, that's nice. This is the best defensive corps like on paper that we've seen in ages, and this guy just brings that hard nosed stuff that we want. So this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Hakanpää, what a late day signing. So good. As you can tell so far, I'm quite excited about what the Leafs have done. I know people are going to think like term and money wise is not very good, but I really like what they've done on defense, and then I like what they've done in goaltending as well. Now combined, Stolarz and Wall, have they done 82 games in a season? No. But Stolarz had one heck of a year when Bobrovsky wasn't playing well. He was there. He was phenomenal. And then Joseph Wall, when he got a chance, he was phenomenal. Now, let's see if they can be phenomenal together, right? Wall signed at 3 years, $3.66 million. So I guess we're going to talk about Joseph Wall right now. So that re-signing was awesome. And then you got Stolarz at, what was it, 2.5 million over the next 2 seasons or something like that. I don't know. I'll put the graphic up on this side or this side. One of them's going to be Wall. One of them's going to be Stolarz. That's a good combo. It's a good combo. The price tag, nice combined. That's good because the Leafs need to stay under the cap because obviously they can't do anything else big because Mitch Marner, just re-sign him or just re-sign him. Just get it over with. Make it like Nylander's contract. Sure. Why not? Just do it. But this goaltending duo, I think they can do it. Like you got, they're unproven, but proven when given the chance, they can be stellar. Wall against Boston, Stolarz throughout the year when Bob wasn't having his time, and why not? Stolarz over 30, so he got a bit of that veteran presence to help out Wall, and he got that 1A, 1B. They both battle for that number 1 spot. This was a stellar signing. If it wasn't Brossoit, it's going to be Stolarz. Or the other way around. Leafs got one of the 2 top goalies, in my opinion, out there. Tidy work, Mr. Treliving. I guess I probably should mention, I mentioned Liljegren a ton of times. I probably should have mentioned him earlier. He signs that 2-year deal, $6 million overall, so $3 million per. And I know people are like, oh God, you scratched him in the playoffs. Well, it was under Keefe. He got scratched 1 game, and I thought he played well. He played what his contract is. Does he get a raise? Yeah, of course he does. He deserves it, to be honest with you. People are going to compare him to Benoit, but Benoit signed that deal earlier on, and he's just like, you know what, I've had a good year so far. I want the raise. I'm going to go for it, and I loved the deal. This one, I like it as well. Like when given the chance, Liljegren can play, and he can quarterback a power play if needed. And if he can't do that, you got OEL there now, and it gives just Leafs strength. It's not just 6, and then oh no, what are we going to do? They have now 7 really good D. Liljegren. The contract is movable as well at only $3 million per. He's only 25 years old. I think it's a good deal. Do I want him at like 2.5? Yeah, save an extra $500K, throw it somewhere elsewhere. Yeah, of course, but he's a right-hand defenseman, so his price automatically goes up higher. Again, look at that defensive corpse. I love it. That core 7 on D. Yeah. Tidy work. And then up front, well, we lose Bertuzzi because we can't afford him, or the Leafs can't afford him. I'm a fan. I'm part of the team. So Bertuzzi goes to Chicago, 4 years, $5.5 million. I think I just saw that Brody went there as well, 2 years at $3.5 million per. So Chicago's taking over, taking some Leafs players. But do you know who's not going? Domi. He ain't going anywhere. If anyone saw his tweet with the whole Wolf on Wall Street thing, and they AI'd over top or whatever it is, so good. And 4 years, $3.75 million. He gets a tiny bit of a raise, and he gets that term that he needs. What he did in the playoffs, playing with Austin and Burt, and then him taking the role of center, where he can play center, he can play wing, he can play first line, second line, third line. You can use him at different points. Probably not on the defensive end, but that's okay. Is he going to shoot? No, but god damn, he can set up people. And he'll fight anyone. Charlie McAvoy, Brad Marchand. He's going to beat up. Well, he's going to try to fight Zadorov this year. Guaranteed Toronto's going to meet Boston in the playoffs again. So have at it. Max Domi. I'm so pumped that he stays as a Leaf. This was a good player who could have gotten a raise, who wanted to stay in Toronto. Said since he was 2 years old, he dreamt about hoisting the Stanley Cup, and he was wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. He wanted to be a Leaf. He took the discount to be a Leaf. What a guy! What a guy! Lots of Max Domi. A lot of Domi jerseys are gonna be popping up, and it's not gonna be Ty's 28. It's gonna be Max's 11. And then to finish it off, just so they have like a third string goalie there, what they need, Matt Murray, 1 year, $875,000. Good. It's like the Martin Jones of them all now. So 1 year's at $875. We'll take it. Veteran presence. When he gets in, he does all right. That's all he needs to do. He's just there. If a goalie needs an extra rest, he can sit on the bench. If he needs to play, he can play. And it's just a little bit of cushion for the guys. And he's barely going to play, so hopefully he doesn't get injured. Unless it's in practice. Again, I think tidy work by Brad. And then I guess you look at like Connor Dewar hasn't been re-signed yet. The Leafs have like $800K to sign him or $655 or something. So there's going to have to be some moves. Hopefully he gets re-signed. I know they qualified him. They qualified Robertson. Robertson asked for a trade, but I liked what Trey Living said. He said, paraphrasing here, like, we like Nick Robertson. We think he's really going to be a really great player for us, and we want him on the team, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how he does under Berube or something like that. I agree. And there's a lot of people like that. Like, people are, like, nagging on Liljegren. Wait till you see under the structure of Berube. Robertson, just wait. And then Mitch Marner. Just wait. Just wait. Be calm. And everyone's freaking out about, like, salary cap and all this other stuff, and guess what, there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing I can do about it, so just sit back. And I guess people just like to moan, but I'm a bit different. I really liked what Toronto did on July 1. I like the look of this team right now. Overall, on offense, they lost Tyler Bertuzzi. Brad mentioned about wanting to find one more piece, probably two on that third line. So then it's not just like Holmberg and Kampf at 3 and 4C. So probably a 3C in there, nice and cheap. And then it gives, you know, the young guys like Minton and Cowan and whoever else, like they really need to fight for their spots. We're going to get a full season of McMahon. Nick Robertson's going to want like a raise. It'll probably be a 1 year deal for him. And he's going to want to like a show me thing. Maybe he shows up this year. I don't know. Mitch Marner's definitely gonna, because he's gonna want to sign that 8 year deal wherever he ends up. If it's with Toronto, if it's with Utah, or whoever else, Vegas, I don't know. And then on the back end, this is the best defensive corps we've seen in ages. I've said it over again, and I really like the goaltending. I think Brad Treliving, who was one of the busier GMs on day one of free agency on July 1st, they've done well. I'm excited. I know a lot of my friends aren't. They're just party poopers. They're just angry and upset and whatever else. What can you do? Just sit back. And I know it was like, oh, the Leafs got worse. I don't think so. Goaltending improved. Defense improved. Offense, I guess, got worse. Yeah. I'll take an underdog story. Why not? Leafs for the Cup. 2025. Anyway, take care, everyone. I liked everything. I said it. I liked everything. Wish it was a bit cheaper, but hey, gotta go get paid, don't you? My boss said, hey, can you take less money? No. So it's understandable. It's a business. But as fans, if we could afford one more guy. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, see you later. I'm sure there's more things gonna be coming up. And yeah, this outro is going way too long. Go Leafs, go.